All right, for this video, I have two different styles of kind of a banner. This is, and I made both of them in Silhouette software. And this would be easy to do with cardboard. It'd be cute. I would probably cut two and double my cardboard, but you just make a star. And then just, if you're doing cardboard, make you a star. And then take you some cardboard and run from tip to tip on your star. And you would have it made. And if you had to do this on a scroll saw, it would be easy also. You cut your star out and then you drill your hole, feed your blade up through there, and then cut this out. So, I mean, it can be done different ways. But I'm going to start out by painting this star with Ceramic Coat Antique White. And I'm just going to be painting the top of this one because I cut this out with my laser. And it has the dark edges, which I like. So I won't be covering that up. All I'm going to do is coat this. And then I have cut out letters to go on it. And you could do that with stamps. You could freehand it. You could stencil them on, whatever you have to get your letters on. I'm doing it this way, but I'm trying to, like when I do things, you don't have to do it the way I do it. Come up with a different way and whatever works for you with what you have. Now, while my star is drying, I am going to paint I cut out the USA, and I am going to paint them an apple barrel flamenco red. Not going to need a whole lot. Let's see what that looks like. Kind of a Barney red, but it has more red to it, so I like that color. That will work. And I'm pretty sure I'll have to give it 2 coats. So I'm just going to go and paint all 3 of these letters, and they'll go on my star. Well, they're all dried, and I put a coat of the Fusion Clear Wax on. And now I'm going to take and put some Jolie Brown Wax. And I have quite a bit left on the sides in there. That's why you always see me doing this, because I get it from the side and then do that. But it's empty. I do have a new one but I had a subscriber email me today and let me know that Amazon had it on sale. So, yeah, I use enough on it, but I go through it. I'll get me another one. Quit being so chintzy with this one. But I'm going to go around the edges, wipe it back. And with that clear wax, I'll be able to wipe it back easier. Put it down. And I really won't have to do it right in here because that's going to be covered. It's going to have material and be hanging. But I had to rip up a bunch of material and stick it in the oven so that I had some. Just going to barely wipe it back. On the edges, that is. Okay, I like the way that looks there. Just aged a little bit. And I'll go around. I also put clear wax on my letters. So I'm going to put some on there and wipe it back. The letters aren't the easiest to do. But I think I got enough on there. Because they're tiny. I needed a smaller brush. I'm going to finish this up and then we'll start on the bottom. I put 2 holes, one on each side. I drilled them with a little drill bit. And I'll hang my wire through there. Now I'm going to glue my letters on. And I did put some little marks so I could tell where I was putting them. But I'm using a wood glue down here, or up here, and then I'm going to use for quick hold the glue gun. Let's see, I can't see it. I knew it. I tried to make it but I can't see it. Right there. There we go. Right there. I'll have to hold it up to me. And my S goes like that. I'll put a little hot glue right there. My material's still in the oven from coffee dyeing it. It's just about finished. Where was my mark? Right there. Now I'll put my, oops, wrong one, because that'll be dry. By the time I get this on there, it will not be hot. And I'll put a piece right there and right there. And I'm going to hold it up where I can see it. Right there. Now, when my material is finished drying, shouldn't be over 20 minutes or so, I'm going to finish this up. I've already started it. All I'm doing is putting on strips of fabric, which I bet y'all knew what I was going to do. And I started out with some blue, and then some red, and then some white. And I'm just going to alternate it like that till it's full. And I just, whoop, there went some paint. Lids on it. But I'm just folding them in half. And I didn't measure my strips. It's just the length of my material when I ripped it apart. Or put them in sections. And do that. Pull it down. Whoa, I think I hit the camera. Put it in half. Leave this up back there. And then pull it. And now I'll go back to my reds. This is some I had in the oven. It's dried. Now, coffee dyed, and then put it in the oven to dry so I would have it a little faster. Okay, my half. Right there's half. I may not get them all on here enough. Let's see. Did I get that one in there? The strings. Tighten it up. Got that one up underneath that. Scoot that over and then get a red, another red. I'm going to use this here. And I think I'll just put the lacy part on the end, or the one I have that's lace. Or it's actually, what it is a tablecloth that I had bought at the thrift store. And I've used it by cutting it in strips and coffee dyeing it. Now, where did I put those? Here it is. This is what it is. I use this a lot. And I got the idea from, oh geez. Sorry, I can't remember her name. I know it, but when I get on camera, I don't know a thing. But I got Happy Meal, and she had some all done up for me in strips. And I used all of it. And when I found one at the thrift shop, I grabbed it. And I'm not far from using all this up. I'll probably tie a blue on the end. Yeah, it's getting caught on my wood. Yeah, I think I'll tie one blue. Which one? I guess that one. On the very end, and it'll be finished. Well, the sign's not finished because I got to put I put 2 holes. I had to put my wire on. And I'm not sure if I'll hang something off the wire or not. One last strip. That up underneath there. I think one side I went on the back side, one side I went on the front. And there. And I may trim it some. I don't know. But that's what it's looking like. And now I'm going to get my wire and put my wire on. And that may be all and it may not. I don't know. I'll have to sit back and look at it. Now here's another pattern I made in Silhouette software, and it's going to be similar to the other one. I'm going to paint this piece here antique white. This should be easy because I'm going to paint this antique white and the other one the dark blue. And then the dark blue one will go on top of this one. And of course it has the stars cut out, so the stars will be this off-white color. Now I have that one painted, the antique white, and now I'm using English Navy by Apple Barrel. This one's going to need 2 coats. I can tell that already. And it's going to be a little more tedious than that one. I finished painting this, and I had to give it 3 coats. That blue just doesn't do the best at covering. And then I just took some wood glue, and I glued it together and clamped it with some little clamps and let it dry. And now I'm just going to go around the edges with this, my finger sander. And then I'll just stress it with some Jolie brown wax. And when I start that, I'll come back and show you a little bit of that. Well, I have it all distressed now. And I'm going to use my Jolie brown wax. And I don't want to really get it down in my stars, so I'm going to have to be careful. But I do want the wax all over the place. I mean, all over it, all over the place. So I am just going to go, and I didn't put a clear wax on it. I probably should have done that. But we'll see how this turns out without the clear wax. I am wanting to get it where I have distressed. I have big globs of wax. Let me kind of wipe that back and see what that's going to look like. Yeah, I'm liking that. And I like how I just got a glob right there. So, I might do that ever so often, but I don't want to get it down in my stars. Okay, wipe that. That kind of gives it a distressed look. All right. I think that's good. I like the way that looks. But the thing is, it's not all sealed, so I might let that... I'm going to have to figure out. I hate to go back over with my clear, then I'll remove my brown. Maybe not if I let this dry. And just hit the top of it a little bit to seal it up. Well, I've started putting my material on, and I'm putting more red because I have the blue and the white up here. I am sticking some light colors and something with blue in it, but I'm sticking mainly with the reds. And I'm going to try to alternate them. Okay, I put the ends together, come up through here, and just pull that like that. Okay, then I went one of those. You don't have to go in sequence, but I'm doing that according, you know, I've started with this one and now I'm going to my checked. And open that up. Just pull that in there. And then I'll go to the white one, and I'll just keep repeating this till I think it's full enough. And then I'll trim my edges, should I need some edges trimmed down here, which I will, because I can tell these are way too long. And then I'm going to try to figure out what I'm going to use for a hanger. I don't want to use wire, because I don't feel like I've only cut this out of... It's only 2 pieces of 3mm wood. I mean, it'll hold, but wire's a little rougher on it. So it's probably going to be some jute or some material or something. I'll have to figure that out. But I'm going to finish getting all these on there now.